What's up, beautiful people? In this video we will be talking about the perfect soil mixture for growing in 5-gallon buckets or grow bags. Let's grow! What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Ricky Jones Jr. back again for another video. And this video is all about what type of soil mixture, how should your grow bag or your 5-gallon bucket soil be like so you can have optimal growing conditions. Let's talk about it. Okay, great people. So with me, you can find in my garden 3 different varieties of soil mixtures that I like to use depending on whatever the vegetable is or whatever it is I'm growing in it. And either it will be heavy on the perlite side of things, perlite consistency of things, or it will be the heavy on the vermiculite side of things, which is this type of soil and consistency. And you know, I like it. It works fine. And then last but not least, we have heavier on the dirt and soil type consistency. So here we have a lot of sand, and a lot of our organic bags of soil have a lot of sand in it. So I say that to say these are like the 3 different type of core additives that I like to use for my grow bags. And I like to use perlite largely because the white specks are the perlites, which I'll show you a bag of perlite. The white specks are what keep the soil nice and aerated, which allow for the roots to get deep down into the grow bag itself, because obviously roots need to grow. And the perlite keeps the soil nice and loose so that the roots can find the nutrients that they need, the water that they need, and get the ultimate and optimal growth that you also desire. And the cool thing about vermiculite is that it's really like a wood shaving type material. It's definitely more expensive than your perlite. However, I like it. I read up about it, and I found it to be nice. Now, the thing about this vermiculite is that at the bottom, you're gonna definitely have some little creatures. I'm not gonna call them ants, but it's something that definitely loves the bottom of these grow bags. Because within these 3 bags, I definitely do have a mixture of soil, either the perlite, the vermiculite, or just all soil. Then we also have manure, then we also have fertilizer, then we also have cocoa core in these, okay? And so you need I'll break it down from here. Of course, you know why you need dirt. It goes without saying, but you need the cocoa core because these will just, when you water them, the water just go through. And with them being grow bags and all that good stuff, it'll just go to the bottom, and the roots will only get what they're able to get while the water streams through. However, with the cocoa core, it allows the water to remain in the soil a little bit longer, because the cocoa core is going to expand and take in that moisture that is given through the watering process, and it's going to allow for the roots to get the water. And then of course it's going to come back down, right? So you may be wondering, when you set up your grow bags or your 5-gallon buckets, why when you start off is nice and high and everything's nice and full, and then you go back out and it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? The bags aren't as they were before. Well, that's because the medium, the cocoa core or peat moss, if you use that, has then decompressed because it is dry. But then when it wets and all that, it will expand, giving the roots the opportunity to get the water that it needs, as well as the nutrients, if you have fertilizers in here as well, and that it needs to thrive and survive. I was trying to see if I could separate some cocoa core from the soil itself, but it's really not going to give me that because everything has mixed in there. And so the cocoa core is usually a lot darker than your soils and things like that. But anyway, you know, I'll put links down below for all these for the cocoa core. And then outside of that, we're going to use fertilizer. Why? Because these mediums do not have the nutrients that you will find in the ground, or even the ground you have to add nutrients as well as in for things to grow. And so I say that to say the nutrients is going to be very beneficial for your grow bags as well as your 5-gallon buckets, because you'll figure out how often and frequent you'll have to do it. Just check it once a month type deal, maybe twice a month, but it's going to allow for the plant to get what it needs. So you're either going to use bone meal, blood meal, You're gonna use sustain. I always use it. You want to use some worm castings and some fish fertilizers, and you'll be good to go, especially for my different greens and things like that. And so once you get things planted, once you get things in there, you're just gonna make sure you keep things watered, because again, this can get dry very quickly because it's just sitting, okay? And then a little fun fact that I want to share with you. Fun fact, so once you have things established in your grow bags, like these greens back here, I have some greens that I planted, I have some chives, I am not going to move them. And I say that, well, move them while they're still growing. And I say that because with grow bags, the roots actually grow through the grow bags, which is why I love grow bags oh so much. But they will grow through the grow bag into the ground, which is going to actually allow for it to grow and continue to do what it needs to do. And when you move it, you separate the roots from the stem, which also detriments and bring harm to the plant itself. And so I've done this myself, and so I'm saying that to say you don't want to do it yourself, okay? Because I've definitely killed some plants in the act of moving it, or I just stunted their growth and made things go not as they wanted to go. And so I said it to say, once you planted it, once it's settled, leave it until that season is over, or until you're okay with seeing and wondering what could take place if and when you do decide to move it, okay? But nonetheless, in it all, we just watch, we water, and we go. I'll even water it right now just so you can see what it looks like in the watering state, and just you'll see how the water sits, settles, and then it goes through. If it wasn't filled with cocoa core and things like that, then the water would just whoosh go right through, right? And then even with grow bags, I love it because it is a permeable bag. Permeable, meaning that it's porous, right? And so some moisture will be within the bag and then also within the cocoa core, but with the plastic containers, it's just gonna flow right through because plastic doesn't care what's attached to it. It is not going to allow for it to sit and settle. So anyway, I hope that it's helpful to you with your mixture, right? Some people are like, wait, you didn't tell me a mixture. So with my 7-gallon bag, grow bags, which is what I care to use, I like to use a third of everything. So a third of perlite, a third of dirt, a third of manure, and then I like to use so I guess it's fourths. I don't know. I just do it in third increments. It just works that way because the cocoa core, like I said, will be irrelevant, truth be told. But nonetheless, like I said, so a third of your manure, a third of your dirt, a third of your medium, whether it's perlite, whether it's vermiculite, and then a third of cocoa core. Mix all those things together, plant your bad boy, and then fertilize as necessary. And you will know what you should fertilize based off of what you are growing, okay? Not every plant needs the same fertilizer, so definitely be mindful of that. I have videos talking about what fertilizers work for certain things, and I also have a mini book that I am going to release next month, okay, just to make life a bunch easier, okay? And so definitely be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, I'm gonna water these bad boys. Know that you could do it too. Comment down below if you have any questions about anything, and then we'll look to get you an answer. All right, great people, so I love you. I'm about to water. Let's go.